Why was it that it was the millennials that led the charge with centering mental health and understanding it and healing? It is not a coincidence that it happened with the millennials, because a key thing happened during their young development stages that hadn't ever been done before. And that was making therapy universally affordable to anyone who had insurance. And even if you didn't, it was provided through the state. Before we go any further, I want to point something out that younger generations might not know. The fact that you can go to therapy and have your insurance cover it, that's very recent. Before the 1990s, insurance companies weren't required to cover mental health or addiction treatment at all. If you were depressed or struggling, you either paid out of pocket or you suffered in silence. That really didn't start to change until 2008, when the Mental Health Parity and Addiction Equity Act was put into place. The law said that if you're offering mental health coverage, it has to be treated the same as physical health. The real shift, though, came in 2010 with the Affordable Care Act. Just to really kind of put this into focus, you guys have to understand this. So this major policy change allowed for access and allowed for the field of mental health therapy to really come out into our public consciousness. It allowed for regular people to be able to get therapy, not just rich people or people who had knowledge of it, but everybody having access to it. So when everybody has access to it and it's affordable, of course, it's going to be something that you can focus on. But understand that before 2010, most of us was grown folks already. There were people who were still born in the 1920s, which my dad was. He didn't pass away until 2009. None of this stuff was in any type of worldview or paradigm that made any kind of sense to him.
And it was stigmatized. It was directly opposed, don't do therapy, by multiple sources and people with voices. And because of the necessities of providing for the younger children, there wasn't, I can only speak as for me and as a dad, we don't prioritize, and a mom too, I'm sure, we don't prioritize ourselves as much. And it didn't even exist. The therapy wasn't there. The therapies have been there for 120 years or longer. But
the access, though.
The access
and the availability.
Access, and availability, and encouragement versus discouragement and necessity.
Because then y'all know you would be complaining if we pay for your therapy, but you had to show up to school with no shoes.
Uh-huh.